Kilkenny Castle is a castle in Kilkenny, Ireland, built in 1260 to control a fording point of the River Nore and the junction of several routeways. It was a symbol of Norman occupation, and in its original 13th century condition, it would have formed an important element of the town's defenses. Richard de Clare, 2nd Earl of Pembroke, commonly known as Strongbow, constructed the first castle, probably a wooden structure, in the 12th century. The Anglo-Normans had established a castle in 1173, possibly on the site of an earlier residence of the Macgiola kings of Osric. Kilkenny formed part of the lordship of Leinster, which was granted to Strongbow. Strongbow's daughter and heiress, Isabel, married William Marshal in 1189. Marshal owned large estates in Ireland, England, Wales, and France, and managed them effectively. In 1192, he appointed Geoffrey Fitzrobert as Seneschal of Leinster, and so began a major phase of development in Kilkenny, including the development of Kilkenny Castle. The first stone castle on the site was completed in 1260. This was a square-shaped castle with towers at each corner. 3 of these original towers survive to this day. The castle was owned by the Seneschal of Kilkenny, Sir Gilbert de Bohun, who inherited the county of Kilkenny and Castle from his mother in 1270. In 1300, he was outlawed by Edward I, but was reinstated in 1303. He held the castle until his death in 1381. It was not granted to his heir Joan, but seized by the crown and sold to the Butler family in 1391. The Butler family, who changed their name from Fitzwalter in 1185, arrived in Ireland. They originally settled in Gorin, where James Butler, the 3rd Earl of Ormond, built Gorin Castle. In 1385, the family had become wealthy, and James bought Kilkenny Castle in 1391 and established himself as ruler of the area. The Butler dynasty then ruled the surrounding area for centuries. Many of the family, including James Butler, 3rd Earl of Ormond, are buried in St. Mary's Church, Gorin. Among the many notable members of the Butler family was Lady Margaret Butler, 1465 to 1539, the Irish noblewoman, the daughter of Thomas Butler, 7th Earl of Ormond. Lady Margaret Butler was born in Kilkenny Castle. She married Sir William Boleyn and was the paternal grandmother of Anne Boleyn, 2nd wife of King Henry VIII of England. The 17th century, the castle came into the hands of Elizabeth Preston, wife of the Lord Lieutenant of Ireland, James Butler, 1st Duke of Ormond. Butler, unlike most of his family, was a Protestant, and throughout the Irish Confederate Wars of the 1640s, he was the representative of Charles I in Ireland. However, his castle became the capital of a Catholic rebellion movement, Confederate Ireland, whose Parliament, or Supreme Council, met in Kilkenny Castle from 1642 to 1648. Ormond himself was based in Dublin at this time. The east wall and the northeast tower of the castle were damaged in 1650 during the siege of Kilkenny by Oliver Cromwell during the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland. They were later torn down. By the 18th century, the castle had become run down, reflecting the failing fortunes of the Butler family. However, some restoration was carried out by Anne Wandesford of Castlecomer, who brought wealth back into the family upon marrying John Butler, 17th Earl of Ormond. In the 19th century, the Butlers then attempted to restore it to its original medieval appearance. If you got this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more brief history of Ireland.